Hey guys, I'm Vanessa.
My name is Paul.
And we're back with another
video.
Woohoo!
Today we're going to talk about Christian dating boundary.
Yes, Christian dating boundary, which is a very important topic, don't you think?
It is a very important topic, especially if you're dating and you want to stay away from certain things. The Bible has certain, advice, well, not advice, command for Christian, to stay away from. When you're looking to court somebody.
Yes, definitely. So I'm going to read one of the verses that states that. It says in 1 Corinthians 6, verse 18, "Run from sexual sin. No other sin so clearly affects the body as this one does. For sexual immorality is a sin against your own body." So this verse in itself tells us, Apostle Paul is urging us as Christians to run away from sexual sin. And this, if we involve ourselves in sexual sin, meaning having sexual intercourse before marriage, then it not only affects your life spiritually, it affects your whole body. So that's one of the sins that Apostle Paul tells the Christians to run. Right? All the other ones say abstain from it and everything, but this one, it says to run away from it, flee from it. So it's crucial that we stay away from fornication. Yeah.
Listen to me. Run away from sexual sin.
Yes, be a Joseph.
Be a Joseph. So in sexual sin is not just just having sexual intercourse. There's more. It's more broad. For example, touching, oral sex. All these things are included from sexual sin. So when we hear the word sexual sin, is everything. So boundary is very, very, very important. So when you first date somebody, you both of you have to sit down and have a conversation. It's good to have a conversation. We had a conversation.
Yes.
For example, my boundary is not her boundary. So that you guys have to be on the same page. When you get on the same page, you talk about it. Hey, I like to abstain from this, and she would like to abstain from this. So in the beginning, it is good to have this conversation.
Yeah, to add on to what you said, I remember in our beginning stage when we were talking, I wouldn't say we were dating yet. We were talking over the phone, and we spoke about those things. We said to each other, hey, this is the things that I don't want. That I don't want to have sex before marriage, and I don't want this, I don't want that. And I felt like because of our conversation, when we were actual in the dating stage, my parents are very strict, so when I could actually go out with my...
Her parents is very strict. Oh
so
my God.
So when I could have actually went out with him, right? So we knew for a fact that what we wanted to do, what we knew that what was boundaries, because we spoke about it, which is very important. So I would say number one, to have a conversation.
Yeah, conversation. And number two, I would say, not find yourself alone. For example, not in a car. We know if you're a driver, you know what can happen in the car. Trust me, I am not innocent. Before I got married, when I was in the world, there's certain things I did that I'm not proud of. So not staying alone, not find yourself alone, especially in the bedroom. So anything can happen, no matter how strong you think you are. No matter how strong you think you are, when you find yourself in that room, anything can happen. It's after you committed the sin. It's after you start thinking rationally, oh my God, I shouldn't do that, especially for girls. What about you?
Yeah, I would say not to stay in the car alone after dark.
Yeah, after dark.
Yeah, because of course you could. We went in the car many times, and you have to know where to go. Don't go in an isolated place. Make sure there's people where it's not isolated. Sometimes we would park in front of our house and we would eat dinner there, so it's not a bad thing. But when you're when you're in the car after dark and you're isolated, many things could occur in the car, or like you said, the bedroom too.
Yeah,
Don't go to no boy's house, girl. Okay.
Yeah, stay away from the bedroom. So the second verse that we have for you is 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 13. This is what it says. The temptation in your life are no different from what others experience. And God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, He will show you a way out so that you can endure. So what we see in this verse is God is not, allow us to be tempted beyond what we can bear. For example, Joseph, he ran away from sexual sin. So just like Joseph, we can take that example whenever we are encountered with in sexual immorality. We can run away. We can be strong and run away, because let me tell you, when you're doing it, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's after. That's when you start feeling guilty, and you don't want to feel that guilty. Especially, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say both of you are virgin, right? And you guys have sex. Afterward, you guys are going to feel guilty. And let's say you guys get married, right? You guys get married, and this is something you guys are going to talk about for the rest of your life. You're going to say to each other, I wish, I waited. Me and my wife, we waited, and I could tell you, there's no guilt. You're more happier when that happened.
Yeah, and to add on to what you were saying, that's one of the things that I'm so grateful for, that we had that conversation too, is that I told Paul that, and I was like, I don't want to have sex before marriage, and the reason why is because if I have sex before marriage, I know for a fact I'm gonna leave him.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna leave him, because if you are a person, two people that's really trying in the faith, and you go and you fall into sexual sin, a lot of times you will feel so much shame and guilt, and sometimes you won't even be able to look at the person, and you feel so, especially if you came from a very cultural family, you won't really enjoy life. Okay, so the way that used to be so enjoyable and everything like that is not the same anymore. So there's a big possibility that you may break up with this person that you wanted to spend the rest of your life with. So I would say to really try your best to stay away from sexual morality before marriage, because it makes everything better.
It does, because you don't want to have this guilt in your mind. You see, we're going to go back to the first point. That's why it's very important to have this conversation in the beginning. When you have this conversation, you can avoid many things. I'm not saying, hey, you're not going to make mistakes along the way. We're human. We're not perfect. Sometimes we fall. But having this conversation in the beginning is crucial. So I encourage you guys, to have this conversation. And one more thing, if you like this video so far, please press the like button. And if you like the content, subscribe. Why not?
Yes, why not?
So, like we said, stay away from sexual sin. If you're a Christian, this is advice that you should follow. And me and my wife, we married right now. We enjoying that
the
fruits of waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting
before marriage
to have sex. And all other things. So this is the video we have for you guys. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you keep studying your Bible and stay close to Christ and be like Christ. God bless you. Bye.